chat, and welcome to this grand celebration of Little Hooter. Today is September the 7th. This is our official kickoff of Little Hooter. You've heard a lot of hype as we were prepping our projects and getting things ready. And today's the day we're going to join forces and we're going to do this one stitch at a time. I'd like to welcome my guest first and foremost. I've got Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter with me today. Hello, Sassy, and welcome. I've got my moderator, Jersey, in the house. She will be reading chat for me today so that I can stay focused on this project and walk you through each step of the way. We've got Delia, my other moderator, in the house today, and she will also be focused on the project and not moderating today. Everything is going to fall over to Jersey Girl. I've got Jackie, DBD Stitch Art, and welcome. And I've also got the infamous Pat Strawhouse in the house. So with all of that being said, I'd like to welcome the few that's in the chat and then the ones that are back lurking. Welcome to all my lurkers out there. I've also got Barbara B. Good morning, Joe. Hi, Donna, and greetings to everyone. Joe, the tech guy, just said, hello, everyone. Today is Legit Kid Day with Little Hooter. Absolutely. Rebel Row Lauren, good morning. And Susie Gabbard is going to take controls right now of the chat. Joe will be watching on the back end of the house. So with all of that being said, good morning, Paula Hill. I'm going to just show real quick before we kick this off. Today's project is Little Hooter. This project will run for us tentatively 9 weeks. On week 10, we will come together and do the full assembly, picking of the paper, and we'll have a grand party of Little Hooter. We've got our sew chart ready to go. We've got it laid out the way that this project will go. It is in its binder. You're going to have your fabric list, and it's going to have everything that you need. We did the whole lineup in the lead up to how this is going to go. I've got my cart ready with all of my fabric. It's chosen. And let me see. I want to slide through each page. I've already pulled out the 4-page. Hold on, Joe's talking to me. I don't want to right now. So right now, we are planning to do 4 blocks today, and we're going to streamline this. Jersey is going to read chat for me, and any questions along the way, she will direct them to me. So please just feel free as we work this today to go ahead and ask. If you don't ask, we can't help you. So let me see. I want to make sure I hit the chat one more time. Janine is in the house telling everyone hello. Kelly Cruises and Craft is in the house. Susie Gabbard is telling everybody hello. Cat Gallery, good morning. Stitches Happen, Donna, good morning. I love to lurk here. Wish I could afford to join you. Happy sewing. You can always join us anytime. All you have to do is shoot me an email at Donna@handmadebyying.com. If you're not sewing, right now we're focused on keeping it with the ones that are sewing Little Hooter, and anyone on the back end that did not want to come on to the live today, feel free to ask away any and all questions. Today, we're going to be working on 4 separate blocks. We're going to do A4. That'll be our first block. Then we'll move to B4. I want to make sure I've got the, no, I'm lying. Whoops. A4, D1, D4, and then we're going to move into B4. That way we'll be able to show how you're going to join 2 sections together. I wanted to break it down. That's going to make it really simple and easy for anyone to sew a legit kit. Regardless of their size, you're going to be able to do this. Legit kits, Little Hooter does have 16 blocks. And they also, if you're worried about how you're going to be able to square down your blocks in the end, when they're done, Legit Kit also offers a handy dandy little ruler that you're going to be able to lay over top of your block. I'm just showing it through the paper right now. But the gray marking, you're going to be able to line it up and trim off all of that extra paper. So if you're interested, Legit Kits does have these. Your block should always square to 7.5 by 10. I have not used the squaring ruler, but I will today for demonstration purposes. Let me see. I want to make sure I hit anything before I get started. So let's pull out A4, and you're going to see that my pattern, I'll have Joe show the table. Okay, today's pattern, we're going to start with A4. As you can see, it does have 4 sections. You have NL, SM, PN, and SM. I've got mine highlighted because I know this one section is going to be just my background fabric. I like to keep mine moving in different directions. I could honestly just cut one piece and pin it in place or tack it with glue. You can even put a basting stitch all the way around just to hold it in place and then slide it back into your sleeve cover until we're ready to sew these together. I'm opting to do the flip and fold all the way through this block because my background fabric's going to have a lot of movement and I want to make sure that I keep that consistency. So you will see me doing the fold, flip, and maneuver. So we're going to take the fold line between 1 and 2, and you're going to line up whatever your method is. You're going to go ahead and pre-fold all of your sections. So just flip it over and give it a little bit of finger love straight down the seam. Then you're going to go to A1, A3, and repeat the same step. And we're going to just give it a little bit of a fold. It's not fancy. You're going to be sewing on this black line. Where you see the crisscross here, you're going to want to stop right before it. The last time you come across, you can sew across it. But the first time, I recommend highly, so you're not tearing up your paper and having a date with Jack, that you stop prior to that black line. There's a lot of pinpoints on a Legit kit that you need to pay special attention to. So let me pull my fabric. This is going to be my background color. And as you can see, it's got a lot of movement and a lot of variations. So I think when little Hooter is set in place, basically in the center around it, you're going to see all of the different shadings. I've never done it like this before, so it's a first for me as well. So go ahead and let me cut a section off because it's easier when you're working with yardage to just go ahead and cut off a section. I'm okay with the waist that I'm going to have, so I'm not worried about it. You can expect to have waist when you're doing FPP. Do not cut yourself short because you're going to have a lot of regrets. And we don't like regret, right?
No.
So a date with Jack is what my goal is today, that we do not have a date with Jack the Ripper. So what I'm going to do is take my first piece, no rhyme or reason of the placement, and I'm going to lay it in place. And what I'm going to do is I've cut enough right here. I cut it about, I want to say 13 inches. I'm going to take and wiggle this down and get it right on the line. Right here, so that I know how much yardage I have. And I'm just going to lay this straight on the line. I'm going to have this extra here, and to save myself a step, I'm going to pull it up just enough that when I do the fold back to get my 1/4 of an inch, this piece will still come on this side of the fabric. I will pin this piece in place because I do not want it to shift while I'm fooling with it and getting fussy. So all you're going to do is pin it in all 3 little spots. It seems like overkill, but you'll thank me later because your paper is not going to shift while you're pulling and wooling on it. So just give it a little pin, and now it's in place. You're going to take this section and you're going to fold it back. And you're going to use your add 1/4 ruler if you have one. If not, a regular ruler will do you just as good. Then you're just going to use your rotary cutter, line it up on the right-hand side. This you should be able to feel bumping up against. And you're just going to go plain and simple. Keep it easy. I'm going to pull this side down because I need to get this extra yardage off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fold back my 3, and I'm going to repeat the same step, but you've got to keep that true 1/4 of an inch right here. You do not want that to be all messed up. So I'm working in a little bit of a confined area here today. So I'm just going to cut backwards, keeping my fingers and everything out of the way. And I'll slide this over. So now what I'm going to do is take your paper. You've got your center. You've got number 1 tacked down. You're going to flip it over. I like to work with batiks, honestly, because the variation, and there is really no right side or wrong side. I'm going to lay this piece down across. So you're going to put your right side of your fabric is going to be facing out for your first piece. I want to make sure that when I fold this back, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a fold, that this is going to come in place where I want it to. And it is. You can pin it in place, or you can pick it up and pinch it. I just picked it up and gave it a little bit of a pinch. Set your seam your stitch length. I do a 1.8. Double check your machine before you drop and do your first stitch. So you're just going to make sure that your fabric does not shift. Keep it in between your fingers and just sew straight along. Stay true to this line. Try not to wiggle. And I on this one piece, you will see me sew into the gray line because it's not going to matter. And I started prior to the gray line on this side.
Sorry.
So I'm just pressing this out of the way for right now. So I can move these out of my way. And you're going to press your fabric because you want this seam in, and you want it to lay as flat as possible as you're working it. Now I'm going to flip it over, and now I'm taking A1 and I'm going to join it to 3. So I'm going to fold over. I have a general idea of how big this piece needs to be. So I'm going to lay this just like this. And where I cut off, I'm just going to lay this in place. And there's 2 ways you can do it. You can pick it up here and sew it straight in because it's going to land right where you want it, or you can opt to cut it. I'm going to do it this way for demonstration purposes to show you that there's multiple ways you can do it and still get the same result. Because as soon as we trim this one in, you're not even going to know that was held in place. Let me see. I missed a lot in the chat. Joe, can you scroll down in the chat for a second? Okay, let me see. Greenland Quilter, Debt-Free Quilter. It'll be cute for sure. Susie got Barbara, hello. Debt-Free Quilter, thank you, Joe. Susie Gabbert's talking to everyone, no regrets. Greenland Quilter, hello. She's telling everyone in the chat hello. Wiggle it a little bit. Absolutely. Debt-Free Quilter is talking to everyone. I'm just making sure I do not miss anybody. Hi, everyone just came in. Teresa Louise is in the house. Hello, ladies and friends in the chat. Thank you, Teresa Louise, for being here today. It's greatly appreciated. Debt-Free Quilter, everyone is so curious. It's supposed to be fun. Everybody's so serious. Yes, they are. But by the end of this, they will not be. I can assure you. So you're just gonna Press this side. That way you're getting the different movement. And get your seam as flat as you can. If you have a clapper, you can use it there as well. So now I have this piece. As you can see, I've got a lot of it here. Fold this one down. You're going to fold number 4 down, and you're going to clip it off.
And I'm still on the first one.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time, baby girl. So now I'm going to flip.
You would think I didn't know how to.
You do, girl. You are good.
I know.
Since these are being cut at an angle,
It's always
it's that first piece. Once you get it in, it goes smoother. So I wanted to see if I want this piece to go here because it's going to have a lot of the darkness. And that's what I want to get the shading. So let me line this up and wiggle it just a little bit. And I think that's going to be just fine. So I'll flip it over and sew that in place. I'm not going to worry about trimming. Now this is number 4. So you can sew into that seam allowance on that gray line because that's where you've got that X figure. And I'll show you as soon as I get this pulled off. I'll pull this over and just finger press it. And then we'll trim this one off and you'll see the different, if I would have put it all in one color, which I could have, just one placement, I would not have gotten the variation that I have right now. So I am going to use my ruler and I'm just going to give it a sloppy cut here because I want to show you the use of this other ruler. So I am finished with this piece. And I'll put it back in my folder. Joe, I need some air, please. So now make sure all of your pins are out because you want this to lay as flat as possible. So I'm feeling because my pins blend. So we've got block 1 done and it's ready to lay in place.
Speak for yourself.
right.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm going to look at the chat real quick. Let me see. Hello, Mona. Everyone's welcoming. Susie's running the chat. Jeffrey Quilter, I saw a little smile. You're going to see it. All you got to do is fuss with them a little bit. Yes, they're very focused, Joe's saying. FPP takes concentration. Donna is great at sewing and explaining at the same time. Thank you, Kelly. That means a lot. And I hope that I'm getting all of the points across that are key points. If not, and you have something to ask, or you don't understand why I'm doing something, please ask. For the moment it is, I have to leave in about 45 minutes and go deal with your littles. So like I said, I've not used their fancy ruler. So what I'm going to do is wiggle this in place, make sure that I'm getting it lined up as the instructions say. And I want to make sure that I'm staying true to their ruler and true to the measurements. And I am. So now I'm going to use the handy dandy rotary and we're going to cut it off. I see a cute little baby in the house.
This is Milo. Say hello to YouTube.
Hello, Milo. So as you can see, this ruler has the grip all the way across. So no matter what I do, now that it's flat on the table, it is not going to shift or slide at all. So you're just going to trim the block down and move all of this out of the way. Slide your block around and repeat the same process. And we're going to slide again. As you can see, there is always going to be waste with FPP. And I've learned to embrace it. So this is my block 1. And I like the way that using the batiks, I've never done the batiks like this before. It has given me everything that I could have asked for and more. It's got all of the movements, the shadings. So I really think little Hooter is going to look pretty cool in this. So let me see. Yay, enjoyed the first day all week. It felt like a functional human being. Tony, y'all look super busy. Everybody is really hyper focused on this block right now. Hi, Donna and friends. Hello, Fallon. Sewing away here and got on YouTube to see if there was something to watch. And yay, here you are. Absolutely. And thank you, Fallon, for joining. I need to get that newest pattern of yours. And if I get your blessing, I would love to use my scraps and do that one. I think it would be cool. Susie's answering. FPP is super fun and requires attention to detail and staying focused. Absolutely.
Now, Donna, do we cut?
Yep.
We trim around but keep the gray.
Yes, you must keep the gray right here, like this day. Like the bottom of my block is not showing the gray. And I guess it was a misprint when they sent it. But
Okay,
all of the gray you will keep.
gotcha. Because that's your 1/4 inch.
That is your 1/4 inch.
I'm getting so smart. Woohoo!
Yay. I am so proud of every one of you. So I'm going to slide mine for this week back into its sleeve. And it's done. I'm going to leave it out so at the end we can all show our blocks. But I think it looks pretty sweet. Let me get a drink real quick.
Go, go, ladies, you got this. Work that Hooter.
Work that Hooter. Work that Hooter. We got this.
Okay, so y'all say.
Yep, work it.
You got this, girl.
My thing is, I'm a slow piecer.
That's okay.
No, you're not, Sassy.
That just means they come out neater.
I'm right there with you, girl.
Because I'm like, I'm still on piece number 3.
That's okay.
That's okay. Life is a journey. It's not a race.
My God, gracious.
So I'm going to mark off that one. I'm got my little checklist. Go figure. Post a note heaven over here.
Did you get your abundance of them, Donna?
No. No. Am I getting
Oh.
more?
I got my package.
Oh, thank you. Did you like it all?
I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, wait till you do. You got to do that with Jersey and I.
Okay.
Yeah, you mailed it yesterday and she got it today. Yeah, we don't get mail, but a couple times a week. How you doing, Kelly? Tony Altman, I tried it, but yet love to watch and learn. Absolutely. You're going to love it, Tony. Once you get bit by the bug of FPP, I swore I was never going to do this. And Beth over at Beth of Goody Goods got me hooked. It's all her fault. I'm okay, Katie. Allergies. Absolutely. Pollen's very high in Kentucky. Everyone's talking. Greenland quilter. Okay. So I will slip this over here out of my way and pull up our next block and get ready for you ladies. Our next block after they show this one is going to be D1. So if you're sewing along, you're going to want to go ahead and pull out D1. Jersey, I never saw you so quiet.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for something to happen and
You
jump in at
can
the right
just
time.
you can just read the chat. You can interact with them. You play a Donna right now. You just talk to the people.
All right. Well,
So
so far,
Donna, in
I
your,
didn't-
go ahead.
go ahead, Sass.
I was asking, was she using her acorn?
I normally do use my acorn, but on this one with batiks, I was not sure until I speak with Teresa Louise if it was going to make it bleed any. So I opted not to use it yet.
Whoop, whoop, number one is done. Oh, that's look pretty sweet.
Show and tell, show and tell.
Ooh,
I
that's
really
neat.
like that. That is really going to look cool.
Sassy coming up right behind you.
Yep.
I saw those eyes.
She's like, shut up, sirs. She's like, stop it now.
Lock it off and put me in the spot.
Okay. I think I got a date with Jack. Wait a minute, no, I don't. Yeah.
You're
yeah.
good. Keep the faith. You got this.
No, I got a date. Chimney crickets.
What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong and I'll tell you how to fix it maybe without jocking. Is it
Oh,
a
no.
little bit too short?
It's a lot of it too short.
Okay, you see where you have the overage at the bottom?
Yeah.
You can fold back. Watch what I'm showing you. If that's the same color, and I don't know what color you're working with, okay? Trim off that hunk of extra that you've got there and see if it'll fill in. Because what you're going to do is pull your pattern piece back like this. It happens and you will not even be able to see it when you're done. I'll just use this as the example, Sass. So say as an example, say I cut this and I was like that much too short. I'd be
Right.
like, oh crap, I got to pull jack out. You don't. What you're going to do is take the matching fabric and you're just going to sew it right sides together, fold it up, press it flat. You're just going to have an extra seam. Nobody is going to know that didn't belong because you've got all of these other seams.
Okay, because I'm short by.
That's
this-
okay. That is okay. Fold it back, fold your paper out of the way,
Uh-huh.
just like this. You're just going to take your paper and get it out of your way. The paper is now no good. So just imagine it doesn't exist. You're going to take right sides together of your fabric and you're just going to make the attachment to that color with right sides together. And then you're going to just fold it right in.
Let's see. Okay.
Katie made a comment about batiks don't bleed. I don't
I
know.
wasn't sure, so I didn't know. I don't
I
know
don't
about
either.
an acorn, but I don't think it's necessary with batiks because there is still some wax on the fabric, so it irons pretty flat. Thank you, Teresa Louise. Mine is ironing flatter than any fabric I've ever worked with, so I was not sure. See.
Who else in our chat is doing this, Hooter? Let us
Yeah,
know.
if you're doing it, give a heart, and that'll let us know if this is one of your projects.
Hello, Nelly. Franco, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, Miss Nellie. I hope that today finds you well and doing fabulous. She went to my very first quilt retreat I've ever went to. And We became friends afterwards. Quite a nice lady from up in New York.
Oh, New York. What's up, New York?
Yeah.
So Be It Quilt says, learn something new every day. Didn't know batiks had wax on them. Same here, So Be It Quilts. Don't have much experience with batiks.
I don't either. And today I am learning a lot.
Welcome, Barb B. Where is everybody joining us from today? I'd like to know what state. Put it in the chat. It would be nice to know where everybody is.
Absolutely.
Oh, So Be It Quilts. It looks intimidating, but once you try it, I started with a violet craft with Donna when she did the elephant. And I was very happy with it.
It turned out stunning.
Teresa Louise, I Quilt Too says, Donna, I don't starch my batiks at all because the starch does not soak into the fabric very much.
Yeah, I didn't even press mine. I remember when she was doing the tiger, she said she didn't then. So I was like, nope, I'm not going to jack it up.
Welcome, Julie Quilt. We got Texas in the house, Arkansas, Kentucky. Hey, Quilting Compound. I'm in Northern Kentucky, girl.
Julie said,
Missouri,
sorry, I'm late.
New York.
Donna, you guys can go on. I just got this one piece. I'm catching up.
Baby girl, we will wait.
I'm catching up.
Everybody can just prep. Miss Pat, where are you at on yours, honey?
I'm done.
See?
Oh, that looks so pretty.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
Very beautiful.
So what I've done with my D1 is I've went ahead and I have all of my seams folded. The little end caps here, what I've done is I've went ahead and pre-cut so I don't have to keep stopping so I can chit chat with you all a bit. So I'm going to get my N1 and that is still background and I put pink markings on mine. This will be background and this will be background for me. And I like the movement that it's given with the shadings of the dark and the light. So I'm going to stick with doing what I know. So,
Kelly Cruz says, Katie and I may do the baby polar bear together in the winter.
oh, that'll be cool.
We have British Columbia, California. And let me see if I don't butcher this Greenland quilter. Kakortuk, Greenland. I don't know. I give myself.
She'll tell
credit.
you. Katie will let you know. So what you're going to do is just pin number 1 in place. And make sure that you have that seam allowance ready to go.
Here's another tip from Teresa Louise I Quilt Too. She says, they use wax to create the designs on batiks. They do rinse the fabric when done, but that doesn't always remove all the wax.
Absolute. I think it's one of the most beautiful fabrics. As I'm getting more familiar with them, I never gave them a fair shake the last couple years because it wasn't for me. I was intimidated. Now, after seeing Teresa Louise work with them and so Becca work with them and the outcome of those projects, I'm just blown away. So I was like, I can do this. I know I can brave the storm. So I'm repeating the vortex all in shades of blue. And that's why you'll see behind me that I have the following month, it's ready to roll. And we'll be getting that one streamlined within the next week or so. And I'll be just showing you it in a different light. So I know this is going to cover my block. So I'm going to pinch it in place, pick it up, and bring it over and under. You can start it in your seam on this one. And then you're going to want to look under just to make sure nothing has shifted. Pull it a little bit tight because we did not pin the secondary fabric. And just sew those together.
So Be It Quilts is asking, when batiks get washed, do they get softer? I love the look of them, but never use them because of the texture. Anybody know?
I can't answer you because this is my first go around with them. I know Becca washes hers and they are really cuddly.
Yeah, Greenland Quilter said, yes, they will soften over time. Thank you, Greenland Quilter.
And then just press this seam. I can feel the waxiness of the fabric. And when I was reading on whether to use the acorn pin or not, there was mixed reviews on it. And I love my acorn, but I just did not want to mess up. So I was like, nope, I'm just going to stay away from it at this time. So I've got my number 4 and my number 5 piece of fabric is cut. So I'm going to pin it to my table, my ironing board. And then I'm going to come down here to number 3 and I'm going to fold it back. Use your 1/4 ruler, butt it up against. You're going to feel it, but really easy. And trim it off.
Teresa Louise says, never, never use color catchers on batiks when washing your quilt. Thank you, Teresa.
That I did not know. And I use color catchers on everything. So good thing she said something.
And Donna Stitches needs a link for the little Hooter.
Let me see. Can you link the address of the little Hooter? I may have enough egg money. Yes, I can. Joe, can you drop my affiliate link, please, for little Hooter? Thank you. My husband's going to drop the link for you. Give him just a second.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. You're going to let me see it first. Do you see how cool it turned out?
I don't like that thing right there. So, but it's cool.
You won't even see it when it's quilted. It'll be gone.
Okay. I take
That looks beautiful. And honestly, the only reason it's bothering you is because you know the line on the back doesn't match.
Yeah.
But trust me, block it out. Block it out. Do not tear the block apart and file it. Have you trimmed it down?
Yes.
Okay. Now all you do is drop it in your file and you're going to get your next one, which is D1.
Hope I don't tear it down.
If anybody is interested in purchasing Little Hooter, you can buy it as the whole kit. You can buy it as just a PDF download. The link for my affiliate link is in the chat. And I humbly appreciate anyone that uses it. There is an error code for the link, Joe. Let me do it this way. Hold on 1 second.
I'm over here sweating.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm on cutting this and then going to my number 3 on my D1.
You are buzzing right along.
Yeah, okay.
Miss Pat, how are you loving this Hooter? I think she can't hear us.
Did it drop it in? There it is. Yeah, it just takes a minute to come up for my side. All right, now please try that link and see if that will work for you. It could have been a break in the line or anything.
If they knock it off,
Do what, baby?
I'll tell Benson to knock it off.
Benson loves mama.
You know, he's over there making me nervous.
Okay, thank you. So now I'm moving from 3 to 4, and you're going to flip it over and you're going to lay your pieces in place. You can opt to pin, or you can pinch them together. They're not going to slide, and you can also hold them up to the light to make sure that you're staying true to the 1/4 inch. Because when it comes time for the paper picking party, you're going to want to make sure that you've got that 1/4 inch so you don't have to go back in and hand stitch any of the seams that pop. Even though you're using a light paper, there is seams that do pop from time to time. Daisy, I'm going to do a little Hooter in collage. That's cool.
So the chat, they're talking about how vinegar sets the color for batiks, and Katie's giving a lot of tips for vinegar, which is really cool.
Awesome. Knew nothing of it.
Yeah, I know that. I remember one time when I had colored jeans, I was told to wash them in a little bit of vinegar, and that sets the color so they don't, fade out.
Cool.
Thanks, Granule Quilter, for those tips. And she says vinegar also conditions your hair. Maybe try that one.
Daisy, the collage, yes. The second link worked. Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Teresa Louise wants to do the Hooter in a collage.
She is our collage quilter. There's high demand for it. And she does beautiful work. So that's going to be cool. So now that I've got all of my pieces joined together, I'm going to take my extra fabric. Believe it or not, you don't think it looks like a lot, but I'm going to put it in stacks, because what I'm going to do is drop it back into my bins, because you're going to end up needing a little tidbit here when we get into those smaller pieces. So don't throw it away. So this one is OC.
Any other options besides saliva? Greenland, that sounds kind of ew, gross.
Excuse me?
So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They asked.
Do I want to know what you're talking about?
Someone in the chat, well, actually, was Donnell's sewing room, asked, "How do you get blood out of fabric?" And Greenland Quilter said, "Use your saliva as soon as you got blood on it."
Okay, I don't know about that.
Dawn dish detergent.
Yeah, that's all I've ever used.
Hydrogen peroxide.
There you
Yep.
go.
My daughter uses hairspray and sprays it and washes it right away. So I think there's so many.
Yeah, when they showed me that trick when we used to donate blood.
Oh, cool. I think that sounds pretty cool. So I'll take these little scraps off like that and go ahead and put this right back in with its color palette so it doesn't become waste. Because trust me, as we get into the smaller blocks, we're going to need to be able to pull those. And each and every week as we're moving through the blocks, I'm going to be saying, okay, this week you got a little bit of homework. When we get into those harder blocks or the little pieces of blocks, I'll say during the week, to save yourself time, go ahead and start making the pieces as we go along. So this does come in handy and it makes it simpler. So I am liking it now that I'm using it. So this block is squared in its entirety. I like the way that it sticks to I can just give it a little bit of pressure and it sticks, and I can slide and there's no movement. I like that. I normally trim with my add a quarter ruler, and I have to do one of these. I finger grip like death's grip like this, and then I move my fingers out of the way and go. And at times it does slide. I'm liking that. I wasn't sure if I would or not. So that's a win. This is the second block today. D1 is now done.
Goodbye, Kelly.
Goodbye, Kelly. Have a fabulous day.
I'm about to join Kelly.
No, you're not. You are not. You're staying with us, girlfriend.
I'm about to join Kelly. Y'all might not see me.
So I'm
You
pulling
should
out.
be in this.
Bessie, stay with me, girl. Stay with me.
Ain't nobody diving out. So
FPP with me.
I ain't no speed demon.
no, and life is a journey. We're all going at our own pace.
This is the thing. I love FPP, and if for some reason this feel like, well, maybe because I haven't done it in forever, ever. But I'm like, I cannot get these pieces right.
I always, if it's been a hot minute, I overcut and then I take those scraps and drop them right down into the bin. Because when we get into these little pieces right in through here on the face, we're going to need as many little pieces as we can get.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be easier to just pull the little colors out and put my little stacks with a little label so I can just reach up and grab them as we're working it.
I'm like, I know how to do this. What am I acting like? Stuff is
You know what you're doing, girlfriend. You got this. So I'm on D4 now. So I'm going to begin the folding of it. So we're going to just lay it on the line and continue the process and just fold it all the way around.
To all our awesome subscribers and viewers, we want to say thank you, and please remember to like and share this channel.
Thank you, Jersey. Thank you.
Hey, Juicy, you're one heck of a commentator, girl.
I love it. And I humbly appreciate you taking the reins today for me. It makes it a little easier so I can stay focused on my FPP love. And remember what I said down here on these, where these crisscross, you want to make sure that you do not sew over into those until it's your final one. Then that's
Right.
going to pack down the bulk. So as you can see right here, this is all going to be background. So I know I need to pull out that big section. And I'm going to see if I have enough, or do I need to cut more? I'll have enough. So I'm going to go to my fabrics here while I'm pulling fabric and go ahead and get those pulled.
So we have Janine Pfeiffer. She says, I'm still working on the first block, only on the third piece. So way to go, Janine.
You can do it.
What you, Janine?
You got this.
Yep, I got it.
Yep.
Not to.
Slow and steady. In a couple different places in mine, I am going to go ahead and use a couple solids to bring that depth in. So I've read to do a mix. So that's what I'm going to try. So this is going to be my tea fabric, and that's espresso on the pattern. And I always cut bigger than I need and save the scraps for later. And that is the espresso, the letter T, that is original to legit kits. So I'm going with my next one is B-O. So we're going to slide down through and find that as well.
D1 is done.
Let me see. That looks so cool, Day.
Beautiful day.
I really like that.
We'll see. We'll see how all those colors match. See how my colors match up.
It's going to look fabulous. So I'll set these aside and I'm going to go ahead and work down in here now. Be right back. Got to go make a phone call, Julie Bug. So I'm going to lay this down here and manipulate to see exactly where I want this to come. And I'll pin it in place.
You got this, Paula Hill. She's working on her vortex.
Awesome. You'll have to post some pictures in our Handmade by Ying share page. I love to see where everybody is with the vortex. That was one of my favorite ones.
So focused, so determined, these FPPers, and they are doing a great job.
We love you, Jers.
Love you too.
And just fold and use your add a quarter ruler. If you don't have one, I highly recommend if you're going to stick with FPP, you get one. They do come in quite handy. So now I'll lay this down again, and all I'm going to do is I want to shift the pattern, the prints, just a little bit, so it'll give me a little bit more dimension. So deciding which way to go.
And Donna, for anyone new, do you recommend pulling paper? When do you recommend pulling papers off?
I am really not the one you would want to ask that, because if I'm working a large project, I will pull the paper and leave a block marker where I call these block markers here. That's going to tell you what block that is. But if there's special marks along the seams where you're going to be joining them that they've just got to land on, I'll leave that part in as well. A lot of new ones to legits and other creators, they wait until the very end. I am getting used to now, as time goes on, I'll pull at the end and have a little paper picking party, you know?
Yeah.
So we can talk about what we've learned along the way. I just think it's fun.
And each person begins to have their own technique as they go along and learn and grow.
Absolute. Yep. You learn and you evolve. And like I said, this is the same background fabric, but I'm turning and shifting the fabric as I'm doing it to give it a little bit more movement. I think that's going to turn out really cute doing it that way. See how it's going light, dark, and now I want to make sure that I'm going to get a dark side in there for the next one. So we shall see if it works.
Is there anything, Donna, that you recommend people don't do when FPPing? Any tips or tricks you learned along the way?
Let me see. I recommend that if you are new to FPP, you do not pull your paper, number one. Number two would be read your pattern all the way through, beginning to end, before you ever make your first cut in your pattern and or your fabric. Number 3, I highly recommend that you use some kind of a filing system with any FPP, whether it's file folders, whether it's Ziploc baggies, whatever your technique is, whatever works for you. I think it makes it so much easier. I'm from the world of work smarter, not harder. And I don't want to lose the joy I find in FPP.
It's in come here.
I don't want to get overwhelmed to where I have to overthink it. If it's in the file system that I choose to use, to me, it takes the thinking out, because each time I create a project, whether it's with legit kit fabrics or it's a different line, I know I keep my tags on my legit kit fabric. And I'll just, like what I'm doing for Little Hooter, I'm going out of my comfort zone. But when this is done, I'll go down through all of those files before I move them back into the regular home. And I'll pull out all of the batiks so that they do not get all mixed permanently, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Great advice. Thanks, Donna.
You're welcome. Good question.
Have a good day, Janine.
Safe
She's going back to
travels
work.
and take care of them littles. Now, number 4, you are going to sew into your gray line, and it's going to tack down all of those extra pieces that you have from 1, 2, and 3. It'll help hold them in place. Now, each week we will not get this many blocks done. That's why I'm saying when we move on to our next week's blocks, you're going to want to do homework during the week. I just love how this looks. I'm just like, yeah.
Very pretty colors.
Wait until I show it to you. It's just like mind blowing to see how this puppy is looking. I'm really liking it.
Chat is a little quiet, but that's okay because hopefully everybody's engaged and enjoying what they're seeing.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Hello,
babe.
Meliana Montoya. Welcome.
She is a sweetheart. Hello, girl. Welcome, welcome. And then I like the finger press. And I try to really, when I'm FPP and staying true to that 1/4 inch, it helps with the reduced bulk in the end when you're finished. And it just makes it look so much nicer. Not that the quilt police are going to be out looking for your seams or anything. And if they are, they're not your friends. Just saying. So I know these 2 are my tea fabric. So before I move forward, that's my espresso. I'm putting them back in because I know I have 2 more pieces in this pattern that's going to require those. And I want to kind of stay true to my colors. And now I'm putting the BO on piece number 6. Day, do you have any questions?
So far, so good.
All right, Miss Pat, how's it going?
I do have a question though. When you get down to those little pieces, do you ever go to an 1/8 inch seam allowance when you trim it down?
No. Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it would reduce a lot of bulk. But what I like to do before I quilt it is after it's already, the paper's out, everything's done. If I've got a couple seams that aren't laying quite flat enough to suit me, I will go in and trim it really close to the seam. Not that it's going to pull it out, but you just don't know.
Welcome, Denise LaRue. Good to have you today.
She's listening while I work. Good job. Thank you. So D4 is now done. I'm going to go ahead and trim it in, and then we'll see how it turned out. I knew I had 3 pins. My magic number is 3 when I'm laying these pins in. That way I always pull 3 when I'm done. And I tell you what, I am going to give Mike a call and give a very good review on this. I really like this. And I want to give Fallon's new rulers a go as well and check those out. But I'm kind of waiting to see if they're going to get them with the numbers. If not, I can get something and put it on for myself.
If anybody has any questions, go ahead and drop it in the chat and we'll hand it over to Donna. She can answer anything you like regarding FPP or any questions about sewing, quilting, and I guess that's it. Melania says, busy little bees, everyone has their heads down. You see that? They're so focused.
Okay, there you go. This is what this one looks like. It's starting, as you can see, we're starting to blend colors. And it looks like a fan here. And then in the darkness here. And then now we're getting into this section. And let me see, we did D4. So I'm going to come over here. So that is part of the little perch. So that's what you're going to start seeing now with this piece. Joe flips up and down and I get confused which camera. This is the beginning of right over here, how we're coming across. I think that's pretty cool. So that's 3 blocks down in an hour. That's not bad. Now, next week, we'll be lucky to get 1 block pieced because they do get harder as we go along. And like I said, file your fabric scraps back so that you don't get overwhelmed. Keep your area as clean as possible as you're working. That way, you just have a nice area and you're not getting your colors confused or wondering, is this something I need or not need? So now I'm going to, where's everyone at? So I know where I need to be.
My D1.
I'm on number 3, D43.
Okay.
D4. I had D4.
Anytime that you have patterns that have separation, and by separation, I mean 2 or more parts, you want to go ahead and trim them down, get them ready to sew. You're going to have all of your markings. I always like to pre-read my patterns, and I have my background marked with a pink highlighter, just so I know that when I'm pulling my colors, I don't have to go through my whole filing system. I'm just going to go to what I have marked background. Then as we work down through here, and then we're working over here, I recommend you do 1 piece at a time. But as you're looking at your numbers over here and your letters, if you see that same number or letter over here, like as an example, we don't have it yet, but we will as we move forward. Like say SW was a little tiny piece I needed right here on this one. I would go ahead and cut at the same time so you're not double looking for it. Just cut it and lay it aside because you know that's going to be one of your next colors and you won't get confused. Susie, did you finish your Cheeto?
Yes, I did. No,
And
I
how
didn't. Oh my gosh. I just,
Oh,
my brain went to the elephant. I'm sorry. No, I didn't. I need to catch up.
we've been too busy squirreling.
Yeah. I have been scrolling at many other projects, but I have to finish it.
Okay, which one is next? Is it
Which-
the D?
You're on, did you do B4?
No.
Welcome, Marie Johns.
Okay, listen, go ahead and do D4 first because I'm folding and just talking about B4 until everybody's caught up. So take your time because I'm just now fooling with.
I just finished D1, so do D4.
Yeah, do D4 next, honey.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I know that cough. I ain't inviting her back no more. She too slow. Jesus.
Not
Oh,
at
you
all.
stop
I'm
it.
still on D4. It's all good.
I'm just starting.
Okay.
We lost Jackie, and I don't know if she lost power or what. We lost her a little while ago, and I've been giving her the opportunity to come back in, and I'm not seeing her trying.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Teresa Louise says, I'm on my third cup of coffee, not helping me to wake up yet. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Oops, I don't want to strike. Hold on. Not that it's in the part that we're doing right here, where we're on this B4, you're going to see that's part of that trunk that the little Hooter sits on. So make sure you take some time, double check your colors, make sure you want them where you see them. And I just think it's going to turn out stinking adorable. Yous will not be this friendly with me when we get into the harder weeks.
I think we just gotta-
Dave was like, what?
They'll be on the road on them hard weeks saying, peace out.
She's like,
I'm no
"Forget
fool.
this."
She's heading out of town. She's like, no, peace out.
I'm no fool.
Teresa, well, let me see. I don't have my tiger done yet either. Oh no, I thought you finished, babe. I really did. Teresa, tried iced coffee. Maybe I can drink coffee and go to sleep. Coffee, I can drink a cup of coffee, high test, and go to sleep. But I only sleep a couple hours anyway. On the last pass of my long arm, I see the end. Marie, what are you working on? What project? SW.
So Donna, what do you recommend when someone finishes a quilt top, either be it piecing, FPP, and it seems like Melania and myself have the same issue with not knowing what to quilt or how, like, what design to quilt. I believe that is what I want to ask, and
So
my understanding from
that's
Melania.
an easy one. I defer to Teresa Louise. What I honestly do is Teresa Louise did a demonstration over on her channel. I don't remember how long ago it's been, but it's been a game changer for me. She took a plastic sleeve and made it, and it went the length of her long arm. You lay that down on your long arm, and then you can doodle all over that quilt section to get your muscle memory in place and see if you like where you're going with it. So you're not ending up ripping out stitches. I love the way that that works. It works good for me. I'm going to be working on my cheetah this weekend after ball games, and I'll be definitely using that. I know inside of my cheetah, every block, I'm going to be doing a lot of echoing, and I've already got figured out exactly how I want my cheetah to look. And that's a lot of laying the plastic down and working with each block. I've taken pictures of the designs I want to go where. And then now the outside white negative space is where I'm struggling, but I'll be working on that too, because I don't want to do the inside of the cheetah and then try to keep it straight to do the outside perimeter negative space. If that makes sense.
Yes, thank you. Mary John said she's working on a free pattern. It's called 4H.
Ooh. I bet it's going to be pretty.
Do share Marie John's on
Yeah,
our Facebook group.
Yep. We love to share.
Sharing is caring.
Absolutely.
Sassy, you are so focused, girl. I see it.
I could see the end in sight, she says.
Gotta hurry up and get off this line because this is frustrating me.
You
You know what?
just
What's frustrating me? What's
stay calm.
frustrating me is that I can't. Right now I have piece one down, and I'm serious. I've done FPP before, but it just had been forever. I have piece one down. Now, when it comes to piece two,
You make them belly dance. Right sides together.
right sides together, but I can't see to cut it. That's what I'm just trying to get to. Hold on, because this pen is not trying to.
You know what you can do? Cut larger and trim down. That's what I was showing when we were doing block one, where I purposely didn't trim the background to show how you can hold it in place and just get it in.
And I had this down to a science when I used to do this.
There's days I struggle. I'm not kidding.
You got the sass.
I'll get it. I'm gonna get it. I just need to know. Oh, this.
Just slow down and don't worry about it, because we are going to be a while on this block, and I will not assemble this block until we're all on the same pin and getting this down. So take your time, baby.
I think I just remembered my go-to. See, look how good God is. I think I remembered.
Hello, Linda Faust. Welcome. Good to have you here today.
Hello, Miss Linda. What? I can't hear you, honey.
Oh, Heather, it's good to stay indoors, even when it rains.
She said something happened to Heather.
No, she said, due to circumstances beyond her control, I'm not going anywhere. When it rains, it pours. When I say kick your feet up and relax.
Yep. Yeah, Joe took it to mean something happened, like dead battery, something. I'll tell you what, these batiks, I don't know. I'm telling you what, I'm just loving the variation in the textures. It's like, ah, I could see me getting rid of all of my other fabric and just going with this. I'm loving it.
I never liked batiks when I first started quilting because I didn't think you could even quilt or piece with it. That's how like an amateur I was.
I didn't know anything until the last year watching Becca and Teresa Louise with it.
Yeah, and then I started seeing so many content creators and people. I was like, wow, it's just like a whole new world.
Yep.
So Marie John said, so I went to my quilt guild meeting on Tuesday and I just found out that they are opening a new quilt store. I'm so excited because they have classes on a Sunday retreat every week.
Ooh. Sounds good. Oh my. Heather, you keep me in stitches. Joe's over here chuckling, and she's not going to find his humor. You're really not funny, Mr. Joe. He's over here just a chuckling for all glory. I quit on my domestic, so I usually draw on, wait a minute, I quilt on my domestic, so I usually draw on the top, but I'm struggling now. Blue cheetah with yellow gold background. Ooh. You'll have to take a picture and send it to me. You've got my email. That sounds darling. Love, love, love it.
Heather says not laughing with a serious face. I can just see her face.
I can too. I can visualize the death glare she's giving him.
The same face when she got that bad haircut
Hold on.
that time.
That's it right there. Like, no.
All I got's better him than me. Heather, all I got, it's all on him.
Heather, we loves ya, girl. You saw it on Becca's Facebook. Oh, okay, Melina.
I hope our other lady is okay. She's really got me worried. I thought she was coming back.
Maybe she got scared.
I don't know.
You better bring her harm pots back and out. I'm over here waiting on the sleeper.
Maybe she's like, forget this, forget this. Nah, I'm joking. She's watching.
Is she in the
Hopefully
chat?
No, I'm looking. I don't see. She probably does have technical issues. I mean, where was she from? I forgot.
Arizona.
So I want to ask our viewers, what is the least favorite thing, or what is something that you don't like about quilting? For me, it's the ironing.
Really?
Yeah.
I had you pegged for someone that just could stand all day and iron. Mm-mm-mm. For me, I don't like to cut out my patterns. I wish I had someone like a little elf that I could say, here's my patterns. Please cut them out so I am ready to roll. I would
That
be
would
like,
so
I,
cool.
I could really stay caught up all the time.
Join the club. I'm sure all of us feel that way.
Yep. That would be my saving grace.
Oh, I have to read this comment.
Which one? Heather? Are you
Heather,
talking
I
to
love Heather. Hold
Joe?
on.
Listen to Heather's comments. This
She
is for
says,
you. He
At
already
least-
seen it.
At least the haircut is fixed, and Joe may be on the short list for mild, mostly harmless curses in the near future.
You aim him, not me. I'm out. There
Yeah,
you
we're
go.
on
I
your side,
told you.
Heather.
I told you. You keep it over there, Joe. You find somewhere to go till she's done.
Teresa hates squaring up half square triangles.
Oh, that
Marie
True.
Dawn says, I hate sewing the long rows together.
the what?
The long rows together.
Oh,
Go
Greenland
7/8.
Quilter-
That's a pain in
Yeah.
the tush.
Greenland Quilter says, I don't like sewing borders, but I love sewing binding. Go figure. Melania says cutting. She doesn't like cutting. That's interesting how everybody has a little.
yeah, that's a good question. And I like that.
Those 7/8 triangle thingies. What a pain.
That's why you go big and trim down.
So be it quilt says, I don't like basting, quilting, or binding. I just want to piece and sew all day. I hear
Oh,
that.
amen.
Oh, Joe.
I would like that punishment to be on Joe, please, not me.
Heather can put a fold-up table in the bathroom next to her throne, and she can sew while she sits. Ha ha ha. That's Joe.
Oh my God. Did he put that in there?
Yes, he did.
Joseph. Mm. He's over here on the floor beating his knees, laughing as tears streaming down his face. I wish he would allow me to put him on camera because trust me, I would flip it.
Yeah.
I don't find the humor, Joe. I've got to sew a straight line. Stop it.
So Marie John says, TL, you need to get Fallon's new trim tools. They changed my quilting life. Marie, can you tell us why? That would be nice for everybody to know, but yes.
Yeah, I
Thank
would
you
love
for
to get him
sharing
over
that.
here so I could try him out.
Teresa
I've
says,
said several
"Learning is
times.
relaxing." Heather says, enjoy your run of bad luck, Joe. Gosh, those two.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's like a son, a daughter, and dad. I'm not kidding. He knows how to poke a bear. Literally.
Don't give him the credit. Don't give him the credit card.
Nope, he gets nothing. He'll get whacked again.
Quilting Compound says, connecting,
Oh, wow.
sewing the two binding strips together. I agree, girl. That is my challenge. Sun Country Girl Design says better than scrolling. Okay, she's talking about something else, I guess. Better than scrolling on the phone. LOL. And welcome, Sun Country Girl Designs.
Welcome, sweetie. Thank you for
Okay,
joining
and
us.
I'm not fixing that little edge because that'll go
be
into the
lost.
1/4 inch.
It'll be lost. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, that's D4.
Awesome.
Oh, I guess it goes this way.
Yep. That's going to be your perch, your little wood.
Yep.
So Marie John said, I'm making a quilt with 1800/2 square triangles and Fallon's tools, I guess rulers are absolutely wonderful. They are easy to hold to trim. They don't slip and they turned out perfect every time.
Awesome. I think that's fabulous, babe. Yeah, I've had some people ask me what I thought of them, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't answer. I've tried. I have a video on my channel showing that I trimmed 300 SHTs. That is fabulous. Yeah, I've tried to get them over here to do a show and tell on them, and I'm still working at it. And that on a video could drop Ellen. Absolutely.
Donna Stitches hates quilting big quilt on her domestic machine.
Yeah, I hated pin basting. That was my downfall. I don't know how many times Joe would get stuck because I laid them on the bed when I got tired of doing them on the floor. And it was horrible. I'd have rather taken a beating.
It was terrible.
And I don't know how many times I would be asleep at night and walk in. He would walk in to sit on the bed in a pin. It seemed like they always found his tuchus. He gets someone probably threw a curse on me. Well, if you would leave Heather
Messing with
alone,
that girl from Texas.
yeah, leave our Texas angel alone.
Melania says Fallon can send me a ruler. I can't cut straight no matter what. I try,
Yeah.
I can't get straight, even cuts. LOL.
God love you. I'm the same way.
Maybe use weights, Melania. Like I use the 2-pound weights, and it helps keep the ruler kind of just, you know, right there. And I use those little sticky things on the rulers.
Yeah, I've tried those. They don't work well for me.
I use a 5-pound weight, and that's usually pretty good.
Yeah, they work well for me. I mean, I have creative grid rulers, and I have what is it? Those other ones, the yellow ones.
Quilty Select,
No, not the fancy
Grid.
ones.
OmniGrid.
OmniGrid.
OmniGrid, thank you. Yes,
Yep.
OmniGrid.
I like a ruler that grips to my surface. It just helps me so much.
Oh, we all
do-
like that. We
where
all
do
like
you get
that.
Fallon's rulers? Fallon, if you're in the chat, hold on.
She's
I think
here.
she's still here. I need Joe to make her a moderator so she has permission to drop her links. Joe, will you make Fallon a moderator? It's So Be It Quilts.
Welcome, Zandra Oldham.
Hold on. Right there. Make her a moderator so she can drop her own
Welcome,
link.
welcome.
Because she'll know exactly. You got to click one.
Teresa
Standard.
Louise just dropped her link.
Yeah, you can just go to her name, to her channel, and
Yeah.
do that. That's what I normally do.
Wow, Donna Stitches, bless you, girl. She's in Texas Hill Country, and this is the 94th day over 100 degrees.
God love you is all I got. God love you. I love the heat, but if it's too warm, I'm useless.
Okay, let me see. I think I missed somebody's comment. Let's see. Donnell's sewing room talking about a pain in the rear, in the tuchus,
A pain in the
Um,
tuchus?
in the tuchus. Heather says
Killing
you
me
should
there,
throw some
Smuff.
more pins, Donna, on the bed.
Do what?
She says you should throw more pins on the bed. That's what
I'm
Heather's
telling you,
telling
I don't know how many nights this poor man, you'd have thought he was stopping at the ER for me, you know? It was like, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding. Yeah, we can't put a tourniquet on your tuchus. I'm telling you, he was a hot mess express, not a happy camper. I had to learn I couldn't baste. So it was so much easier for him to just buy me the long arm. It saved him many hard days.
Oh, wow. Fallon says they've had, it's been so hot there and they haven't had any rain for months. Wow, that's really
Really?
tough. Yeah, we
I
haven't
kinda-
got much either here in Northern Kentucky. But
How's it coming, Steph?
It's coming.
I love you. You are amazing. You got this.
Oh, yeah.
As she bashes me in the head. Don't make me do this again.
Well, thank you, Fallon, for joining us.
I
Have
will
a great
take that
day.
beating.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for the fun
shopping
chat
trip.
while I sewed. You're welcome, Miss Fallon. We love you to pieces and feel free to come join us anytime. The door's always open, kid. As you're getting down into the littler sections on B4B, trim off the extra and it's going to help you reduce your bulk. And you can either just shave it off with your add a quarter ruler and your rotary or trim down with the scissors. I did the scissors and it was still a bit more than I wanted. So I stopped that and doing it another way. So CO. Now, when you're joining 3 to 4, you're good. But when you flip it over to where you're doing 4 to 5, you're going to see the crisscross. So I'm going to stop right there until everybody's caught up. Because it'll make it so much easier if I do.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Okay. If Joe can come down to the table. Okay, B4B. That's the section. Let me move it in under the camera.
Right.
You're gonna let me get a highlighter that's, I want to make sure it's going to stand out good for what I'm trying to show you.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Okay, right here where it's got all of these X's, this is where you're going to want to not sew across. Like you're going to be able to see it here,
Oh,
see it
yeah.
here, see it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are really important markers.
Okay.
And then you're going to see these white lines down here at the, this is a junction that when we pin together, you want to make sure that you have that, because when we're joining this block to the next block, you're going to want to make sure that those two little landmarks come together and line up, and then your block in its entirety will line up. You're going to see little markers like that every step of the way on a lot of these. So as long as you can get those, if you're sewing your block like 3 to 4, you stop right before that marking. But then when you sew 4 to 5, you can sew across it because that's going to hold that piece down.
Right. Gotcha.
And it's just going to make it work really well for you. My nephew lives in Florida. They have been getting pounded with the storm again. Oh. Oh, let me see.
Let's go. You got this, girl. Let's go.
We got it.
Pros. Oh, look, I made you guys a song. Let's go. You got this, girls. Let's go. FPP pros. Woo.
Hell. You rock. You rock. That's all I got. You rock.
He lives near Apollo Beach. I don't know where that is.
I
Marie.
don't have a clue. Heather sent a private message and wants to know what size stick pins you like. She says she's asking for a friend. So go ahead, Joe. Make her mad. Go ahead.
Donna Stitches, we are begging for rain. I'm looking for a shaman to do a rain dance for our ranch. Well, we'll pray for rain.
LOL,
to come your
Susie, I
way,
like
Donna.
it. I just love our quilting community. Let's do that question. Tell me in the comments why we're all catching up with each other, what you like about the quilting community as a whole. What do you like about it? He's over here going, Heather's got a potty mouth. Oh no, she's in the potty. You got this. You gotta stop. She's gonna nail you. Yeah, he's saying, no, I didn't say that. He's afraid of her now.
Shoot,
I'm telling you, may you rest in peace.
Heather's a sweetheart. She's just messing with you.
We'll
Right,
see if he disappears.
right,
We know. Yeah, let's ask that with the questioning.
Heather's
You
gonna be
like him, don't you, Heather?
I know.
Please don't hurt
she's
him.
chuckling.
I can't operate my channel without him. He needs his hands and his mind. Everything else, I can get him up the steps.
Welcome, Sue McKeon and Donna Sweetman. Welcome, welcome.
He's over here just chuckling for old glory.
Okay, so people are, hello, Amy. Let me just read some of the comments.
Go ahead.
Susie Gabbard says the encouragement. Amy says, hello guys, popping in for a moment. These projects are fascinating to me. Okay, just scroll down a little bit.
Who was that, Amy?
Donnell's sewing room, yes, says the welcoming feeling and helpfulness. Melania says we all get along. Sue McKinnon
Amen.
says friendly and helpful. Donna Sweetman says willingness to share knowledge. Greenland Quilter, excuse me, many are willing to help or answer questions. Marie John says, I love that everyone is so willing to help someone in need. I have become a better person because of it.
Amen.
Sun Country Girl says, the inspiration. I'm still an outsider, but y'all let me hang out anyways. Yo, I said y'all so good, and I'm a Jersey girl.
Where is this?
Sun Country
Amy.
Girl
Yeah.
decides.
Amy, please check your email. I believe we sent you the link for tomorrow night's live. Amy is going to be my special guest tomorrow night. So that's going to be a blast.
Okay, Joe, I think you got Heather really upset. She said, I'm not
Uh-oh.
messing with you anymore today. You can
Ooh.
keep those, Donna. He may have something happen to a foot, though.
Okay, no, I'm not messing around today. He can keep those, Donna. He may have something happen to a foot, though. If you fall down the steps and break a leg or a foot, I'm telling you, I'm going to be rolling, and I'm not going to help you because we all warned you, don't mess with Heather. You don't play with the dark side. You leave that stuff go. But no, you got to poke her when she don't feel good.
Okay,
I'd
Donna.
be asking for forgiveness, buddy. You don't want to lose a body part. He's over here going, she don't scare me. Is she serious? Is
Okay.
she serious?
Amy says she got your email.
All right, baby. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she said she can't wait.
It's going to be a blast. Bring your project and we're just going to have a good time.
Hear me down. Are you waiting to explain something?
No, ma'am, I'm waiting on you and I am cleaning my area and I'm gonna,
Don't wait on me, because I just started. Just finish it and I'll do this part for homework.
you sure?
Positive.
It sounds like you're bailing on me, girlfriend.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, and I'm still working on B4A, so.
Yeah, I need everybody to just get them pieced and mine's real sloppy, as you can see. They're just laying here and all I'm gonna do is show you how we're gonna join these really easy. So I got time. We are good.
Here's a little encouragement for you ladies. The bear says, here's a heart. You can do it.
Joe,
You can
listen,
do it.
Jersey's talking. Listen to Jersey. Go ahead.
You can do this, girls. Here's my heart to encourage you. Keep on going, keep on going.
If you need help with something, you can always find someone to help you. Amen. Absolutely. Heather goes dead serious. He's
That's
over
it.
here chuckling.
It's
He
on.
thinks she's playing. She's not.
Marie John says today you are so focused you haven't said hello. Say hello, girl.
Ooh.
You say hello
Oh.
to me.
Yo, peeps, what's up? I'm trying to make sure I'm putting this thing together so I don't have to use Jack.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm glad everybody's in the chat and getting along and chatting and having a good time.
She's just in the zone, guys. She's so
In the zone.
determined.
I don't want to lose a finger.
Well, let's go to the next. Just everybody say hi again. Memoirs, you want to say something to the viewers?
I am so sorry. But hey, y'all, hey. God, if y'all like, Lord, this is the girl taking forever. I am so sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You
Pat?
be all right.
You want to say something to the viewers? Miss Pat?
He's good.
She's like, peace out.
She's like,
Leave me
"Ooh."
alone. I'm in my zone.
We're not getting bothered, Miss Pat. We're just gonna let her be.
Let it be.
Donna, would you like to
Yes.
say something to your viewers?
Okay. Let me see. Oh, yes. Thank everybody for coming and sewing with us. We're going to be a little bit yet. Next week's blocks, if anybody is sewing along with us, I have a set up for 2 blocks, A1 and A2 next week. Each week, you're going to see that we're either adding an extra row of blocks, an extra block, or one week, I may say, girls, don't forget you got a lot of homework this week. So it might have one block with like 40, I'm using as an example, pieces. So a couple pieces every day. They're not these big, amazing, fun pieces. We're talking pieces like this that you're going to have, like, as an example, you're going to have a lot of little pieces like this, where you're joining 2 or 3 pieces into one. That's where you're going to get this amazing outcome of the face. And look at all of those little sparkles that you're seeing. They're letters. That letters represent a fabric color. So when we get into these blocks right here, you're going to see that we are taking our time and going to go very, very slowly. And if we have to delay or push back an extra week or 2 at the estimated finish, that's okay too. I don't care. The idea of this is to show you step by step, have the girls come on when they're available. Anybody that's sewing this and they want to come on with us, email us at handmadebyying.com. All you got to do is say little Hooter request and type me a little message, and you're welcome to join us. We're going to be doing a lot more little sews like this, but this Thursday sew seems to be a good time for Joe and I that we can sew live on Tuesdays from noon to 2 and Thursdays from noon to 2. I can go a little bit longer each day if the project requires, and that's okay. So let me see. Am I missing anything other than how many pins Joe's gonna get?
Yeah, she's busy sitting.
Oh.
Queen is on the throne.
He says the queen is on the throne and she can't pin him. Do not poke her.
Remember, you mess with the bear, you get the claw.
Exactly. That's what I've been telling him for years. You mess with the bear and you get the claw. What did Julie say? I got to go back to see what Julie Bug said. FPP is not fast sewing, but so worth the outcome. Absolutely. Susie, have fun. Marie, thank you for coming. And
Marie?
Julie's excluding Donna. She's fast. No, Donna's not fast on any level. In Donna land, I am not. I want to be like Mario Andretti, fast. I know. He's going, good Lord, woman, how fast do you want to be? You put a full 64 block one together in 3 days last week.
That you did.
Yep. And it took me days to recover. My fingers were sore. My skin was broken down. So happy you are a warrior and overcome. Let me see what. Sunshine Country Girl. Sorry for your woes, Deaf Free Quilter. I went through radiation treatment last year, so I get morbid with bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe, stop the bathroom jokes. I get it. And I'm sorry, country girl. Joe and Heather, that's our bonus daughter. So he's playing with her now, poking her. See what? Jersey, could you read what Debt Free Quilter says? I have tears in my eyes.
I shall now choose to ignore Joe, the court jester. He can keep the clown costume. It suits him.
Oh,
I was just like, I don't know.
you're like not looking. You're not looking. You're like squirrel.
I tried to ignore it and you're like, read it. I was like, oh, great.
You picked me. Oh no, I love the jokes. I live for the jokes because if you can't laugh about it, absolutely. You never know what someone's going through in this life. And we like to keep it light and airy and funny over here because on the backside, we all know each other, but you really don't know what that person's walking through and their challenges in this life. So we like to just keep it real, keep it light. Don't forget, I am going to be doing Take Me to the Magic Mickey and Minnie quilt. It's going to be a 2-sider for me. And we're doing that in October, the second Friday night in October. We're going to do a Friday, Saturday lengthly sew because there's a lot to it, but it's going to be a fun sew. So if you're interested, shoot me an email at donna@handmadebyying.com. You are welcome to join the live with us. I believe Susie's doing it. I believe Day is doing it. I know I'm doing it. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be like a black and whites for my background or how I want to do it, you know? I've got
I'm
my
going scrappy all the way.
yeah, I'm kind of I've got enough white. So I'm thinking while we're talking, I haven't even opened them. Had them forever. It's the calico fabric. And I think that'll look really cute instead of just like that. Joe's gonna have to, husband, bring me down. They can't see anything. Can you zoom in a little bit? Yeah, that would help. They don't need to see my smiling face. All right. This is a white on white, and it looks like it's got lashes, and then it's got little clouds. Each one has a different movement. So that's going to bring a lot of depth. You're not able to see that. But what I can show you is, I'm using it, so I'll open it. So I'll take a couple seconds to go down through this line. I think it's going to be really cute. I'll definitely need my design wall to lay it out prior to, and then I'll have it laid and ready that I'll be able to do row 1, row 2. We're on the back end. The Sew It Seams group and I are working on deciding, do we come to the table with the stars pre-made that's in this pattern, or are we going to make those on the live? Minnie will have a bow and Mickey will not. But I'm thinking about where Minnie has her bow in her hair. I want maybe put a under the face, make a bow tie there for Mickey. The pattern doesn't require it. I just think it would be really cute. So we don't know. We'll see. But are these not stinking cute? So I think they're going to bring a lot of dimension. I will be getting with Fallon, and her newest pattern I will be doing on a weekday sew. I won't be able to do it during the weekend or anything like that. Too many channels have a lot going on. But she sent me a message, and I am going to do a live stream with her pattern, and we're gonna sew it up. It won't take but a hot minute, but I'll be able to use her rulers and give it a good test and show you how it works. She may or may not be in the chat, but if she is, you're still going to be able to order either way. I'll always direct you over to buy those from her and her husband. They have an amazing business going, and it's a one-stop shop over there. Thank you, Julie. So let me see. I've covered what we've gotten done this week. The only thing left is we're going to be joining our sections. I've got our dates. So if you're following along and you would like to write it down, Joe will be dropping these dates in the description box after the live. Is there a pattern for the Minnie and Mickey quilt? Denise, yes. Thank you. Jersey's going to drop it in the chat for you. I got mine off of Etsy as a PDF, and I dearly love this quilt. I think it's going to be fun. It's layer cake friendly, or you can use the 5.5 inch and just go. It's going to be fun. So if anyone wants to join in, you are welcome. The door is always open. I'm sending Joe real quick so that I do not neglect to do it later. He can drop all of this information in the description box as we're live. And then he will have the dates of what we're doing, when we're doing them on the little Hooter. So it's been sent. It's on camera. He can't say he didn't get it. So, Mr. Struntz, it is there.
Mickey Mouse pattern is now in the link in the chat if anybody's interested.
Sounds good. Gotta run. Can't wait to see everything coming up. You are a busy lady and you keep us all moving. Thank you, Amy. Awesome. You have a fabulous day. I figure a day sewing, I just love it. It's relaxing, it's therapeutic, and it gets your mind out of the negative space into the positive. And I love seeing things come together. And to me, that's just what it's all about. Looking at these beautiful patterns, the sky's the limit.
Sorry, I had to.
Do I am
Had to put Jack.
where
Facebook.
Nope, I had to put.
messenger. I didn't hear you, Sass.
Oh, nothing. I had a date.
Well, divorce that person.
I had a date. I already broke up with him. So
All right.
my two colors are so close together. I accidentally put the storm inside the nautical.
That happens, believe it or not. Yeah, will you get down and turn the oven on? You're gonna have to turn it on for Peyton. She needs pizza as soon as she walks in. I think I'm telling you what, I'm loving these colors. Oh, okay.
I'm back on track.
Yay, baby. Yeah. Here, this might help you, honey. All right. Yep.
You know what? I'm just gonna set those to the side.
Miss Pat, how's it coming? Thumbs up. There she goes. Susie, how you been doing?
Doing good. Keeping an eye on the chat and just watching you ladies do your thing.
Do our thing.
Oh, that was Green Little Quilter. I am doing well, Katie. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you didn't realize it was a question.
No, I thought you were asking me.
Oh,
Doing well, Katie. Lots of studying and, you know, like,
your classes have officially picked back up.
yes. And lots of furballs now that I have 4 cats. I just rescued 2 more cats. So I have 4 fur babies.
Yes, Greenland Quilter. Susie is Jersey. Yep,
But
I didn't know that. But it's the secret. She's my ace in a hole. Yeah, if you look up on the chat, she comes in under Susie Gabbard. If you look under her face, it's my lower left side of the screen. It says Jersey.
Jersey, right there.
Jersey
Right there.
girl.
All right, I'm trying to-
Donna, please
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right. So now
I-
what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and streamline this. We've got both of our sections are made. Day, where are you at on this?
I'm just getting ready to do the second section.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go forward and then I'll help you if you need it.
Go ahead. No worries.
Oh. Okay. So what I like to do is you're going to see a little white line here and a little white line here as well. Then as you come across, you're going to see these junctions on your page. It's really important that you shift these and you make these line up. You're going to fold this in on itself. You're going to fold these in on itself. I almost jacked it up myself. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take and pin at each corner. So where your first white line is here, and it's at your corner, stick a pin through there. Then you're going to pick up piece number 2. You've got it. I've got it highlighted, so you should be able to see where the pin came through. There's a little V here, and then the corner. What I choose to do when I'm doing FPP is I like to just leave my pin stick out just a little bit until I can get this manipulated just the way I like it. I've got all this extra fabric and that's okay because it will be trimmed off. I'm going to go up here to the corner and I'm going to stick a pin in. And then I'm going to take this little section and work it until I'm right here at this little pin line. So I'll wiggle it in place and just now the pin is in place. Now you've got these little markers. These do come in handy. So you're going to flip and make sure that they're all lined up. You can either choose to pin there or you can clip. I know I need that spot to line up and I need this one to line up. So I will clip and make sure that they are right where they need to go. And then I will take this one and do the same thing.
Hey,
So
Donna,
you want,
can
yep,
you get closer?
see why?
Can the camera come closer to you?
I don't know. Joe, can you get the camera any closer down here on the table? Well, I kind of need to be able to show the block.
Because you're saying here, and the camera.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. The camera is a little too far, and I don't know if other people see it too.
Right. Let me see. She is officially now a cat lady. Proud cat lady, LOL. Okay, this should be better.
Yes.
All right. So on each corner, you're always going to want to start with a pin in place. What I mean by that is you'll see up here in these corners, it'll be easier since I've already got these tacked in. You get the sharpest little pins that you have. And you go right to that corner and you stick a pin in it. Then you're going to go to the back side of this fabric and you're going to make sure those pin lines match. If you can get these corners lined up, then you're almost good as gold. Then where these lines come together here and you can see the black outline here, you know that's a place that needs to line up. So before I really do any stitching, and this is a little cheat, but it works really well to help you. Now that I know that's exactly where it needs to be, I'll turn it sideways. I would rather have a pin and pin this in place than have a date with Jack. So I moved my pin and I'm sliding this. I can't hear you, Joe. Okay. Okay. So I'll take these pins and pin and make an imaginary seam. It is an extra step. It is not a required step, but it helps me to make sure that my blocks line up. And anytime that I'm doing these little pieces like this to where I'm just joining and I want them to line up, this is the way that I choose to do mine. So I can pull the clip out and I'm going to gently fold it back. And I've made myself an imaginary seam there. So I can see that if I would have sewed this in, this is not lined up where I need to be. And I would have had a date with Jack. So I need to move it up to the next line. So that's telling me I was off. And I'm still pinned in place right there. That never shifted. So now, as you can see, when this folds back, you're going to see that they're lined up because this is a log that needs to line up. So as we're sewing it in place, you're going to drop your needle and pull your pin. Stay true to your 1/4 inch and make sure that your paper does not shift. I make sure that my feed dogs is on. I've seen people do FPP with a walking foot even because they want that consistency. And just go slow. And I just, right there, that one's done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the preliminary. Let's pull it back and see if it lines up. As you can see, because I've pinned it where it needed to be, this lined up. So you will strip the seam right here. And there's a couple ways that you can do that. If you have long fingernails, you can do it just like this and just strip the seam all the way down. I choose to, right now, my fingers are sore. So I just use little tweezers and it gets right down in all of the areas that I need it to. Then I'll flip it over and repeat the same thing. I'll do the little fold, finger press it down and pull it.
Coming out very pretty, Donna.
Thank you, sweetheart. And then you make sure that you get as much of this paper out of those seams as you can. Fold it back. And you're going to have some that wants to stay in there. Now is the time you want to have that fight. Get it out. If you find that it's still hanging out, just rub your tweezers on it. It will bring it out. So here's where I would take it and lay it flat. If you can bring me up a little bit more, Joe. I'm here on the ironing board, honey. And can you just pin me while I'm doing this? That would make it easier. Okay, but can you pin me? Hold on, guys. Okay. You've seen the ironing board has showed before. Can you show the ironing board? I'm sorry, guys. He can't move it today. So what we're going to do is finger press this down. And you're just going to finger press it. And I have no way of showing you what I'm doing. None. So I'm going to move my things around here. So it'll be easier for Joe to be able to show you the table. There. Will this work now? Okay, now we have our surface. And we're just going to finger press this down. You're going to make sure that here at the corners, you have it as flat as possible. And then you're just going to give it the little bit of heat love that it needs. And you're going to iron it as flat as you can. Now, anytime I'm working like where I'm joining my blocks, I honestly do prefer to use my clapper if I'm not going to be using the acorn pin. I'm choosing this go around not to use the acorn pin, but that's good and hot, and I'm going to lay it there. Let it sit a couple seconds, and then we're going to trim it down. All of my seams are cleaned, so it came together really nice. Leave it sit, and it's cooled. So we're going to turn it over, and you can see everything lined up because this is going to be the branch. So let me move everything back around again. And then we're just going to push this back as far as I can there. And we're going to lay this down. This block is now ready to be squared down. And I'm really liking the Legit Kit ruler. It, like I said, it is not a requirement, but it's going to give me the consistency that I want in this block. So all you're going to do is make sure your two corners here line up, and then you're golden. Because everything, as you trim all of this extra off, you're not going to need it. Like I said, if you're coming in late, this just sticks to it and it slides really easy. So I'm going to just slide and turn. I could use my turntable cutting mat and do the same thing. So now that block is now complete. And I've got a little piece that must have folded under. So what I will do is go ahead and just trim that little piece. And I think that block really is looking sweet. Does anyone have any questions?
No questions in the chat.
All right. They disappeared. Is she ironing?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm
How's
getting
it
my
coming?
fabric. Good.
All right.
I'm getting my fabric. We're good.
All
The
right.
Legit Kit ruler seems very handy, Donna, because as you were turning, I noticed that it didn't shift.
Right. And I really wasn't sure if it was a need for Legit Kits or not, you know,
Yeah.
and even the little snippets that are on my table are sticking to it. It's just got a really nice grip. And you girls were with me in the Sew It Seams group when it came. And I was like, I can do this perfect with my add a quarter ruler. Just zip, zip, zip and be done. But I'm telling you, I like that it does not shift. That's a win for me. And I wasn't honestly sure I would like it, but I really do now that I've used it. So I think that's a win. Joe, can you bring me back up, please?
Okay, Donna, before
Okay.
you piece these, this B4A
Yep.
and B4B together, did you trim each piece around each piece?
I only went down the seam that I was joining.
Okay.
The outside perimeter, I did not because that'll be done in the end.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I finished B4A. Ah,
You got this.
You can do it. Come on.
Yep. There's not one thing keeping you from doing this. I think that is really pretty.
got it. What's our time looking like?
We're good. We are good. We're going a couple seconds over, but it's not a big deal. I've got until 2:45.
Oh, I did tell him 2 o'clock.
Yeah, normally I'm like, I was thinking 12 to 2, but if I got to go a little bit longer, it'll go a little bit longer.
No, I'm talking about my husband. That was him who just called. I did tell him 2 o'clock. You're right. She should be done now.
Not today.
Yeah.
This
Let me
chatty
tell
Kathy over here. And when I do FPP, I do get a lot of cuts on my hands from the paper. So that's something you want to watch. It's just those little paper cuts. So I'll get mine filed back into their little holes. And then we will be ready to roll the next go round.
Which is what day?
It's always going to be on Thursdays.
Okay. I was just asking because I'm just in case somebody new was in the chat.
Yep. We're always going to do this noon to 2-ish, 3-ish on Thursdays. So then I'll put B4. And I like how we picked the easy blocks and shadowing block first. That way we can just knock those out, and as the weeks go on, we'll just go a little bit slower and do little bits at a time. And if everybody does their little pieces, when we come together, that's what's going to be the time consuming part, is joining those sections to make sure you're lining up. And with your little Hooter, you also, if you bought it as a pattern, you'll have the cutting guide as well as your assembly guide. I put my assembly guides with my pattern pieces. Hello, Crossover Paranormal. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
And thank you to all the viewers who are still hanging with us. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, honey. And I'm putting my schedule in my binder and hooking it to the little Hooter. That way it does not shift or get moved around. Next week's blocks. Let me get it pulled, because what I'll do with my next week, it's going to be the 14th, A1 and A2. So what I'll do, because they're going to be my workable blocks, is A1 and A2. So I don't have to second guess, where are we? What are we doing? I'll move these to the front of my binder so that they're there and ready to go for me when I am. And I'll work my pieces, but I'll put my pieces back in my sleeve so that we'll be able to move along to our assembly. And these honestly won't take very long if we all come to the table with our parts together. So next week, basically, we're going to work on the assembly process of those blocks. Susie, thank you so much, babe, for moderating for me today.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad to be here. It's fun.
This did get you out of sewing now.
Welcome, Sheila.
Hello, Sheila, and welcome. And I think everybody on our giveaways has received or will receive their winnings by Friday. So that's a blessing. And I have one last one, and it'll be drawn tomorrow night. And then that will be the end of our drawings for a little bit.
If anyone has any questions, go ahead and throw it in the chat regarding FPP or any question you would like, and we can answer it, hopefully.
If not, we'll get you the answers. Jay, where are you at on yours, babe?
One more piece to put on.
Okay. Miss Pat, where are you on yours, honey? She doesn't know she's muted. God love her.
I had to stop on one because I didn't have one of my fabrics. And I just
that's
found it had
okay.
fallen in my waste bin. So
That's
I'm going
okay.
back and doing that. So I'm about half finished each of the last 2 blocks.
Okay.
Because I had to skip over.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
So Donna, I have a question for you. What do you like about legit kits? The FPP part about from other FPP patterns you've worked with?
Oh, holy goodness. The list is ginormous. I've worked with a lot of different FPPs over the last year and a half. And legit kit, my first pattern with them was the muscle car, and then the vortex, and then a few others that I've tested, but I'm not at liberty to disclose those names yet.
Yeah.
But I love their organization. I love the way that it comes, if it's as the kit, the fabric comes with, and it's ready to go in its entirety. All you do is go down your checklist to make sure that everything is there. It takes the shopping out of the way. It takes the mind work out of the way, the guessing. Is this the right shading? Does this match? Does this go together? I totally love legit kits. I was sold on the very first one. The muscle car, the way that that baby turned out, I was blown away. So let me see. Y'all should stand up once in a while. You've been sitting a long time, just saying. I'm going to walk over here and I'm going to get the muscle car and I'll show you that. My vortex has already been rehomed. My test patterns have been rehomed, so I can't. But let me get the muscle so those that haven't seen it will get to.
I think the ladies are determined and focused to finish.
Yes.
They don't want to get up, and so they're just going at it. Welcome, Susan and Kate Bergen. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name. Kate B. Welcome.
Okay, this was my first legit kit.
That's beautiful.
And I'm telling you what, when it came together, it looked like the car was driving through our sewing room, because it hung here on my design wall, just like that. And it was such a hot looking car We put the flames on the back.
Yep,
So that was kind of sweet.
that's beautiful. Kate says, maybe when you are putting the smaller piece section together, wouldn't it be easier to just cut a small chunk from the color rather than maneuvering the giant piece of fabric?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. That is the easiest way. If I've got a little tiny piece, I'll just make a snippet off of it. It makes it go better. But if I've got a big section and I'm joining two big sections of the same fabric, I'll just use I cut off a large piece and just do it that way. So yes.
I think she's referring to what I'm doing. Charcoal, charcoal, that's charcoal.
Oh Lord, now the fun begins.
Day, that didn't sound very promising.
You know me and pinning.
It's okay. No one likes to be stuck with a pin.
No, not stuck with the pin. I never, for some reason, I can never get them to go in the right.
Teresa Lynch asks you, Donna, is that a show quilt?
Yes. It has won its first place entry in July here locally. And I do have it posted on my Facebook, and it will be posted for sale as well on our website when it launches. And it's one that I would do again in a heartbeat. So if it sells, I'll make another version. I really like that one.
And Barb B says, absolutely beautiful.
I love legit kits. I stand behind them 100%. If you find you buy a kit and it's just too daunting and you just you can't do it. You have a 1-year return policy with legit kits. They did the Vortex as a monthly box of the month. And it's on month 4 or 5 now. And it's working its way through its year, and it's been fun. I did mine in like 2 days, 64 videos, and you'll see that footage roll out all year long. And then I loved that one so much, and I wanted to dabble with the color variations and things. My So It Seems group and I pulled fabric. They pulled the fabric. I'm just going to be the one that sews it. And we met at our quilt retreat, and we laid this Vortex out in the color wave that we want it to go. So we'll see how it turns out that way. I went from darks in the center and tried to make the movement with all the different shadings of blue to the outside. So that's a work in progress. I've got the new month. It came the last week, and I just haven't got around to doing that. Here's all the information on the ones that I've done. I did the car, the Vortex, 2 tests, and three test patterns, and I can't release those. Woohoo, first place. Absolutely. I was just blown away. Going to try and watch the replay later. Jackie got bumped, so she's just going to check the replay later. So let me see. Is there any questions? Day, how's it going?
I'm sticking pins in.
This is where you're like, I'm playing a Heather. I'm sticking pins.
Pins.
And think it was Janine that got me these, or was it you, Jersey?
What are those? No, those are
These-
Janine.
I'm telling you what, these are amazing for when we mark on patterns. It doesn't, it's not a wax base and it doesn't stain or bleed through. I like that. It only took you 2 days to complete that. The car, Katie, is that what you're talking about? We were doing filming of it and we did each block as a video. Yes. The car took us 3 days, the Vortex 2. Am I right, Joe? The making of the car and then the making of the Vortex. So, yeah.
Donna, on the one side, do I have a little tip hanging over?
Yes, and that's okay. Make sure that if your pins, that little V shape, make sure that the points match on both sides when you join your when you stick that pin in. If those match, do you see the V?
Yeah.
Make sure they match. And then just stick a pin in it for now. And then go all the way down to the other end and make sure that you pin it there next.
I got it all pinned.
It's okay, but you need to let that fabric have a way to move. So you pin your ends first and make sure they're lined up. And then you're going to see that cross on that line that comes across. You're going to wiggle it right there and make sure that that tree trunk is meeting up like it should.
Now, in the one corner though, I've got a V like that, okay?
Right.
And then you have it where it's,
I
that.
can't see.
so I have one that's like this. where
Right.
where this, okay, right here, where this,
Are they right sides together, Day?
maybe not. That could be the issue.
Okay, we got this.
Oh, we got this. Okay, maybe I need to,
Just pull all your
flip it.
pins and do it again. Right sides
Maybe-
together.
maybe I need to flip it. All right, hold on. Ta-da.
There you go.
Ooh,
Okay.
good job, Day.
All right, now I got you.
Okay, now when you pin it, you said we supposed to look and see what now?
Okay, like this. Let me show you. I'll pull, let me see. I'm going to use this. This will show you. You're going to have your corner here and a corner here. Let me get it down here. Can you see the two X's?
Uh-huh.
Imagine that's your end corners
Okay.
on both sides. You're going to put your pieces are going to go right sides together. Then your back two, like you're going to have this piece and you're going to have this piece. This is going to be the back of your pattern and this is going to be the back. Your fabrics are going to touch each other. So if you laid them down like this, you would have what piece are we on? You would have 1 and 2 here, or A and B. So you're on D4A, D4B. You would lay them belly down and then pick them up like this and just pick them up like that and join them together. Then you're going to take and stick a pin in this corner and make sure it matches the X on the back. Then you're going to go to the other side and stick a pin in it and you're going to exit at the back. Make sure that they line up. If you get those corners together, you're gold.
Okay, I have this one here, but my X on the back is not going the same way.
Let me see. I'm trying to see.
Hold on. I just stuck myself. Okay,
Uh,
this,
Right, that, something's off. Something's off.
yeah,
Don't do anything with it, Sass. I'll help you when we get offline.
okay, so maybe I got it going the wrong way.
It might be, are your fabrics, lay them belly down. Your fabric should be touching the table.
Right?
And you should be able to see them come together that way.
No,
Okay, that would be in your bottom right.
right?
And the other piece would be in the top left. Like that, yep. Now you're gonna take that A6, let me see, it's B4 section 6. And the other one, I think that's an 8.
Yep.
Okay, join those two pieces together, and then you're gonna go all the way to the other end and join them together with a pin. Fold them in on each other, yep.
Right.
And if you need to trim that extra fabric off so you can see better, go ahead.
So we put paper to paper together, am I right?
No, fabric to fabric.
So you gotta turn it backwards.
You're gonna put them in on, fold them in on each other.
That's a miracle.
It's okay, you got this. You got this.
I'm right with you, Sassy.
No, my pen keeps sliding out. And I'm like, dang, nabbit, I just had it.
I know, right? Yeah, put a clip on it.
Right? This makes me feel like, girl, you don't have no business doing YouTube.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't let nothing get in your head. You got this.
This is crazy. Okay. Don't stick myself. Don't stick myself. Okay. One. Okay.
Now, Donna, for newbies, if anyone isn't buying the whole kit, do you recommend using just any scrap fabric or maybe solids preferably to make it easier to piece, right?
I would honestly say I would do all solids or the batiks.
Yeah.
And that's going to get you into the swing of things. I believe it was Susan had bought fabric for, I want to say the elephant, but don't quote me. And it was directional fabric. And she had some sayings on it and things. And that was hard for her to get them all facing the right ways so that it looked right. But that was her first FPP project. So I give her kudos for, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes nothing.
You got this. I believe in you.
We believe in you.
I
You
believe
got
in
this, girl. Keep on sewing, keep on sewing. You are
you. Can
almost
do
done.
it. Do it.
Well, the chat seems quiet, and I hope everybody's enjoying this live as we are enjoying just watching each other. Donna, you make it look so easy, and-
Thank you.
but you're a great teacher, and we're learning a lot from you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
You girls are doing great.
it's easier to show someone than sit here all by myself and flip and fold. So doing this like in a classroom setting makes more sense. That way, if they got a question right now, we can ask it. And if I can't get the answer, Legit Kits is only a call away.
That's right.
And
So
I
take
can
it
get that
away.
answer while I'm live.
So once again, how long will this little hooter be going on, Donna, just in case anybody's listening or is interested?
Yeah, I have got it earmarked to run through the end of October. I'm
Okay.
at, wait a minute, I may have misspoke. Hold on.
I know it's in the description.
Hold on. November the 2nd, Joe says, is my roundup date. That's just a tentative date because we're going to do week 9 on November the 2nd. Then we'll paper pick at that time. But I'm thinking we're going to go one extra week because we're going to get these 2 pieces done, but we need to come back one more time and join all of our sections and pick the paper. But this is subject to pushback. If we see we're having trouble in one of these littler blocks, and I look to be pushing this out to the end of the end of November. If we stay on task and we all bring our pieces to the table, we can do this on this schedule.
So if anyone new wants to hop along, I guess they can still do and catch up, correct?
Absolutely. It only took us a couple hours to do these blocks, and honestly, we could have did it in about an hour. We took the easiest blocks first because it's the outside perimeters.
There you have it, folks. So anybody still interested, wants to hop along, don't hesitate.
Feel free to go ahead and order the PDF. If you want the fabric, you can order it as the kits. And it helps support our channel, and I humbly appreciate it. Sorry,
And-
I went and got a shower.
And Joe, can you please drop Donna's affiliate link
I'll,
for
I'll do it.
Legit Kits again?
Yep, give me a second. I don't think it's picking up everything in its entirety.
Yeah, it's not, because I
It's-
tried it
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
Once you put the pins in it, Donna, do you clip it and then take the pins out?
Yep. Joe said to ask you, what was the question? Did you try the one in the description box, Susie?
Yes, I did. It's just when I put it, it gives me a maximum of 200 words or whatever, and it doesn't allow me to. It's too big, basically, for me to drop in. Because I just copy and paste.
Yeah, he said, will you go into the description box and click on the link that he posted to see
Sure, 1 second.
the
Let me flip
legit
it
kit one?
to a different
Gotta go. Have a
screen.
great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, Teresa Louise. Thank you.
Bye, Teresa. Have a good
If your
day.
name is Donna, 30 minutes. Tracy, you're too funny. I just love to sew.
Now, did we go from right at the beginning or right from the junction?
You're gonna, now that you're joining those parts together, you're gonna go all the way from edge to edge.
I mean, even where the
I go
V-
into the gray. Yep. I go into the gray because you're pushing down fabric along the way.
Okay, it does open when you go to the drop down in description and click on it. It takes you straight to the Legit Kit website. So you can either do it that way.
Okay. Yeah, he just wasn't sure if it was a workable link. Someone had trouble with it earlier.
No, it is workable.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to drop
It
it
saved
again.
my link. That way, when you girls are on with me, you all have my link. That way you can drop it as well. Yeah.
And also, if anybody's new to FPP, they can always go back to your channel and look at previous videos you have.
Absolutely. You know, Joe
Teresa
said,
Lynn says she wants to be more like you and Tiffany.
oh, I adore Tiffany. She is a speed sewer, and I just adore watching her. I could watch her for hours. Donna, you are good. Thank you. I appreciate it. If everyone would go out and share our channel, together we grow, together we sew. Share it on all your social medias, share it in Discords, share it wherever you want. It helps us, and together we grow. And we will always push other channels along the way. When you're sure, then we'll say something.
Okay.
Girl, did it turn out?
Well, you tell me.
Pull it little to the left.
No, to
My
the right.
left, you're right.
There
I
you
think
go.
it turned out fabulous. Way to go.
Way to go, Dave. Woo-hoo.
Okay.
Barbie
I feel
says,
like I'm a
"Don't-"
little short on the one side though. I don't know why.
I don't think so. Hold it back up.
Right here, like right here,
Mhm.
I can't see it.
right here on this side.
Honey, you're in a camera area we can't see.
There
Pull
you
it
go.
back, Dave. There you go.
I don't see it, Day. I don't see where you're short.
Right here.
And you got to remember, you're going to have a 1/4 inch seam allowance. All that gray is going to disappear.
Well, then I guess I'm good.
Barbie says, thank you for this time to sew together and to share your knowledge on FPP. And Greenland Quilter says, Donna, handmade by Ying with Donna. My channel has reached 351 subscribers.
Fabulous,
that's awesome.
Katie. That is very good for you.
Do you
And
want us to
Barbara,
peel the
thank
paper
you.
in the seam?
Yep, you strip the seam is what it's called. You're going to take all of that paper out of that seam and press it flat. Stephanie, can I see your block? Does that not look amazing? Now, she is using legit kid fabric, if I am correct. So
Yeah.
hers will turn out exactly as the picture. So we've got a source here that we're going to be able to say, okay, we're going to line these pictures up and you're going to see all the different takes on this. So that's going to be fabulous. Miss Pat, how's yours coming, honey?
She missed.
Grateful for that. I have one more piece to put because I found the fabric I lost.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I have, this is for a B4A.
Okay.
But I'll finish these between Becca and you tonight. Oh, that's
Okay.
tomorrow night. That's tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's
Who's on
tomorrow night.
tonight? Who's on tonight?
Susan
I'm
usually
not
comes on.
sure. I'm not sure.
I'll find somebody to keep me company while I sew.
Yeah, I think Courtney's doing a comeback video, but I'm not sure if it's this week or next.
Oh, I did see one from a post from her somewhere. A reminder, I think.
You'll
Yeah.
really like her too. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I've got to get to the school bus. So I want to
Hey,
thank
everybody. Thanks,
everyone for
Donna, Sassy, Pat, Jersey.
Thank you.
all for coming and sewing with me today. Thank you for joining me on this amazing project. It's always better when you're sewing with friends. So thank you very much. Thank you to our subscribers for all joining us today. I'll see you back tomorrow night, and I will have a special guest with me tomorrow night sewing. So don't know what we're going to be doing. We'll be emailing back and forth. Take care. God bless you all and have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.
See you, everybody.